Because if the guy is making all this money off music, why is he selling a chorus? And $500 is a lot. All right, producers, this is fucking stupid. It really feels like there's a war being waged against the producer community by people who want to make us the villains simply because they don't like that we're making a living and they want to take that money away from us. The way we fight back is by knowing the music business. That's why I make these videos time and time again. If we don't know the business we're in, we are going to be casualties of this war, especially when it comes to our beat leasing contracts and our exclusive beat contracts, but just how the music business works in general with intellectual property, etc. I'll show you what I mean. I think this is really sick stuff, but that's just my opinion. Shout out to Verdre Black for tagging me in this. So I had to save this video just to share it with you because he blocked me the second. He was fast. He blocked me faster than a bitter ex because I commented that this was all misinformation.
If you're a faith-based hip-hop, pop, or R&B artist that's using leased beats for your music, I'm going to show you why that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make.
Here we go.
When you lease a beat, you don't own your masters.
What?
The producer owns 100% of the copyright and can make you take the song down when the lease ends.
What he's doing here is telling something that is, I'm just going to call it a lie. It's not true what he's saying. And then he's combining it with something that is true to make it seem like everything he's saying is true. So it is true that, let's say you lease a beat, right? And the period, the term is 10 years. After 10 years, you would have to legally renew that lease. Here's a little tip to rappers though. If you lease beats 10 years from now, those producers don't remember. No one is going to come after you. But let's say they do. Let's say for whatever reason you have the most hyper-organized producer ever, and in the year 2035, they send you an email saying, hey, you know that song that you dropped 10 years ago? Hey, the term is up. Need you to license it again for another $24.99. Hey, if the song's doing well, pay the $24.99. If it's not, just say, you know what? I don't need it anymore. Had it for 10 years. It got 1,000 streams on Spotify, whatever. It's not the end of the world. But that first part, that's scary. You don't own your masters for your own song? That's evil. Why would a producer do this? Because it's a lie. So let's go straight to the source. We're going to go right to Beatstars and check out a clean contract template, both for non-exclusive leases and exclusive rights. So we're going to start with non-exclusive. The license grants licensee a worldwide non-exclusive license to use the track as incorporated in the new masters. So the new master, what that is that's just the new song that the artist creates with your beat. So the beat has its own master copyright. That's something that's owned by the producer because the producer created it. Now, when the artist creates a new song with that beat, what they've done is they've created a new master recording because this new song embodies the producer's beat, which is their master, and the new lyrics created and owned by the recording artist. And that combines to create a brand new master recording that's different from the beat because it has recorded lyrics on it. The new master and the new composition may be used, blah, blah, blah. The licensee may use the new master, sharing the composition, blah, blah, blah. Of course, everything is just shared. I mean, look at this for yourself. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nowhere here does it say that the producer owns your master. That is not how this works. So now let's look at exclusive rights contracts, see what they have to say about the master. This is the default contract. Again, this is the contract that the majority of the producers who are leasing beats online are using. Producer hereby assigns and transfers to purchaser, that's the artist, 100% of all rights, title, and interest in and to the master. So what's actually happening is the opposite of what this guy is claiming. So what this guy is saying is that when you buy a beat from a producer online, they're taking 100% master ownership from you. And what reality is that in the case of you buying a exclusive beat via Beatstars from a producer who's using the default Beatstars exclusive rights license, the rapper, the artist that's buying the beat actually gets 100% of the master ownership. Like I said, this is stupid.
What's even worse is there's so many producers on Beatstars taking free samples directly from websites like Splice, adding drums, and then charging you $5.
Hold on, we got to come back to this. Let me rewind. What's even worse? Oh, this is the worst thing. Producers are using Splice loops to make beats? Hold on. Oh, no. No. You know, I heard about this happening to a mainstream artist. She recorded a song to a beat that contained a bunch of Splice loops. Let me show you what happened. This is terrible. Look, she went 5 times platinum.
There's so many producers on BeatStars taking free samples directly from websites like Splice.
Hold on, wait a minute. He said free? That's lie number 2. What is he talking about? Splice is not free. Splice costs $40 a month.
And then charging you $500 for an exclusive lease.
Hold on. An exclusive lease? That doesn't exist. This is his text down there, and look how he puts exclusive in quotation marks, basically insinuating that producers are lying. It's because he made up this term exclusive lease. He's really trying to use fear to convince artists that leasing beats is this awful thing. I wonder why. I wonder if he's selling something. Could that be? Could he be selling something? Does he have an ulterior motive here? An exclusive beat, like this is a screenshot from Beatstars, right? It says exclusive license, not exclusive lease. You know why? Because exclusive leases do not exist. That is a contradiction. This does not exist. He made that up just to scare artists from buying beats from hardworking and honest producers.
But what most artists don't realize is that's something you can learn how to do yourself in about a week.
Sure.
And I'm going to show you the DIY strategy that I use to grow my own music to the top 1% of artists on Spotify. You're going to learn how simple it is to make
We're going to go back to that because he's flashing his Spotify stats. We're going to go back to that.
full songs using just 5 elements. And that way you'll be able to go to the same sample packs that these producers are using and just make the beat yourself. And for the next few days, I'm going to be sharing a free masterclass where I walk you through all of this, as well as a bunch of other breakthroughs and
Spoiler alert, I actually checked out the free masterclass, and that's an appropriate usage of quotes here. Not exclusive lease, free masterclass. Yes, it was free to watch, but it wasn't a masterclass. It was just him explaining what his course that you have to pay for will teach you. So it wasn't a free masterclass. It was you spending a bunch of time basically sitting through a sales presentation.
industry secrets that allowed me to go from a brand new artist to millions of streams.
All right, so far he's fed us a lot of fear and a lot of conflated misinformation, including what I would consider 2 blatant lies that I just showed you evidence against, which means he's either careless and uninformed or he's just trying to confuse you and manipulate you. Either scenario is a red flag. Now, I think it's great if artists learn production. I think it's great if they learn mixing, if they learn sequencing, all that. I think producers should learn all of that plus songwriting. I think producers should try to sing or rap or at least write songs. Not so that rappers and singers who learn production can become the next, superstar producer, but it all makes you better around it. It makes you a better collaborator. When I'm working with a recording artist who understands the production process, we can communicate better. If I'm a producer, which I am, who understands songwriting a little better than the average producer, then I can communicate with the rapper about the sequence, about their cadence. We can help each other. We create a much better product at the end of the session because we understand each other's worlds and we speak each other's language and there's common ground between us. That's what makes collaboration work so well. So there's probably value in this course. It's likely information that you can just find on YouTube right now for free, but I'm not going to sit here and discredit the entire course and say, no, it's trash, it's worthless. The concern is that, from what I can tell, this guy is framing sharing with a producer, collaborating with a producer, splitting with a producer as greed. He's vilifying producers for just trying to make an honest living. He's not encouraging rappers and songwriters to learn production to become better artists and better collaborators. He's encouraging them to buy his course so that they can cut producers out entirely. And he's a faith-based artist. Isn't sharing a Christian value? For God loves a cheerful giver. This is going to affect you if you don't know how the music business works. If you don't know intellectual property laws, that's why I'm always showing that chart. If you don't know what your contracts say, what the difference between an exclusive and a non-exclusive license is, if you don't understand what your non-exclusive and exclusive licenses entail. Because when an artist looks at an advertisement like this and gets all afraid and says, oh my God, wait, what, splice loops? That sounds bad for some reason. I don't know why, but this guy's making me scared, so now I'm lashing out. Oh my God, what? Why should I be paying a producer when I could be doing this myself? Producers, if you don't have the answers, if you can't explain, no. Look, I know the guy in the advertisement said that if you lease a beat from me, I own your masters. That's not true. I'll show you in my contracts that it's not true. If you can't explain that, you're in trouble. That's why I always say, this is the music business. We have to know music and we have to know business. And honestly, we have to like both. If you can't stand the business, but you love the music, all right, just be in music, but don't be in the music business, because once you enter into the music business, these are the kinds of situations that come up. You, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on your perspective, and it's better to have a positive perspective towards something that you want to make a living in, learning the business of music is just going to be necessary in order for you to conduct business, whether it's with a major label who's giving you a contract, or it's a DIY artist who just wants to lease a beat for $24.99 but has questions about ownership and splits and royalties. If you don't have answers, they're going to find someone who does. You know, I don't like when people lie. I don't like when people manipulate others, when people vilify producers, because we are just people trying to make music just like artists are. We just want to make music and make a living. And I think this is important because credibility matters. When you're spending money on a course, and oh, I forgot to show you this. It costs about $500 for his course, but it's a $10,000 value somehow. So $500 is a lot. When I drop my beat course, it's not going to cost that much. And the reason I'm being slow making this beat course is because I'm making music, because this is what I do for a living. I don't sell courses for a living. I've never sold a course in my life, but there are a lot of people out there who claim to be making this great living off of music, but in reality, they're making all of their money selling courses. Is that a problem? I don't know, but it might be a credibility concern. Because if the guy is making all this money off music, why is he selling a course? And $500 is a lot. Again, the course might be helpful, but the advertising is deceptive. It's scaring rappers into not working with and avoiding producers. And he's using convoluted information mixed with verifiably false assertions about intellectual property and beat licensing. You know, what he is telling the truth about is that he does have one song that has 2 million plays, and it does appear that he is the sole songwriter, which means he produced the track as well. So he's telling the truth that he does this. 11,000, let's just round this up to 12,000 monthly listeners, right? And let's do some math. So let's say he has 12,000 monthly listeners, right? And let's say every one of these monthly listeners listens to 10 of his songs a month. That's 120,000 plays. You know what? Let's just double it. And let's multiply this number. This is how many streams he might be getting on Spotify. Let's multiply that by the average streaming payout. You end up with $840. And I think I was generous with my math here. That means if he sells just 2 courses, he's made more than what he's made off of Spotify in a month. It kind of puts things into perspective, doesn't it? And look, he's not the only one using less than moral tactics to sell one of his courses. There are a lot of producers doing the same thing. Producers are selling courses, whether they're credible or not. They're expensive courses. I'm going to start selling a course. So my advice to you, if you're a producer, a recording artist, whatever you are, a marketer, and someone is selling a course to you and it seems appealing and they're making some pretty grand assertions about what this course can do for you, verify their claims, verify their credibility. I think one important point of credibility is, are they experts? Are they the experts they claim to be? Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. Is this the person that I want teaching me? Are there alternatives? Are there better teachers? Are there people who have more experience? Are there people who are living the experience that they're teaching me, that they're charging me for? You can Google this stuff. I Googled all this stuff. I looked at the Spotify just to investigate to see. And some people would look at that and say, okay, he has 2 million streams on one song. Yeah, I think that's worth it. That's credible enough for me. And then someone else might look at that and say, nah, something's not right. He stands to make more money selling this course than he does on his actual music. Of course, we never know 100% of the information. Maybe he's playing shows, maybe he's making a lot of money off of that, but he didn't mention any of it in the video. All I have to go off of is what he's saying in the video. And so those claims that people make in these videos can be verified. So if you're about to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on a course, for your own sake, even if it's my course, even if it's the course of someone that I've platformed before or that I recommend, check into them, look at this and see, because if you don't and you have buyer's remorse or regret, that could be an ugly situation. So to review, producers, please learn the music business. Please know what's in your contract so you can communicate with artists who are trying to buy beats and who have questions. Because if you can't answer those questions, or you're unsure, or you're providing false information, you're not going to sell that many beats. Your business is going to suffer. And anyone who's looking to learn from an expert, just check on who this person is, check on what the course could involve, go on Reddit or some other forums, go on a Discord, see if anyone else has purchased that course, see if it's worth it, see what they think. Save yourself some money, save yourself some heartache, and I wish you much success. Peace.